Hey. Now, if you're a fan of this series, I assume you're pretty knowledgeable on all of the games in the series. But there's one game that even some of the most diehard fans don't know about, and that game is what I wanted to talk about in today's video. The game in question is called Xenosaga Episode 1 Reloaded. Now, this game is pretty interesting and there's really not a whole lot of information on it. I looked everywhere, didn't really find much information on it. But Xenosaga Reloaded was basically a re-release of a localization. So as we know, Xenosaga came out in Japan and then it came out everywhere else. And in the same year, actually, Xenosaga originally launched February 2003, and then in November of 2003, a second copy was released, being Xenosaga Episode 3, or Xenosaga Episode 1 Reloaded. And Xenosaga Reloaded was based on the international version of Xenosaga, but only released in Japan. So they're basically re-releasing the game in Japan based on the international version. And there's actually a few differences from Reloaded and the original, and I want to get into that a little bit. Now, there are quite a few differences between the original and Reloaded. First off, being this game is entirely in English with Japanese subtitles, of course, and all of the voice acting is replaced with the English, and there's no option to switch between the Japanese voices and English voices. So it's kind of confusing as to why they didn't at least just have an option to switch between Japanese and English in the original version that was released in Japan, and then just release the localized version everywhere else. That may have been hard to implement, but yeah, it's a little confusing why they waited, after the release of Xenosaga 1 to re-release it, but this time with English voices. And another point to address is that the Xenosaga Reloaded audio, or at least the English dub, seems to have been more of an older version of the dub used like earlier in development, because there are a couple of differences with the final English version, such as the Realians being called synths. So there's a few inconsistencies with the dub, so that leads me to believe they were planning on the English version for Japan, but scrapped it and then decided to come back to it after launch and didn't really change it up, and they just used what they had. But that also confused me, because why wouldn't they just use the the updated version that they used for the localized worldwide release? Why didn't they just use the English dub from that and use that for Reloaded instead of using an older build of it? I don't know, but Japan they do what they do. Another more notable, probably the most notable thing about this game is that there are two brand new outfits for Cosmos and Momo that are only exclusive to this version. Now, I'll have screenshots of them up on screen right here. But for Cosmos, this outfit, she gets her archetype outfit. So this was the very first build of Cosmos, and this is what caused the accident. I don't want to spoil anything, but for those of you who played the game, y'all know what I'm talking about. This was the very first original design of Cosmos when she was first being built, before her iconic design that we see now. Okay, this is post-production for the second time, but I actually have a video of showcasing Cosmos's archetype armor. Again, shout out to the true archetype here. I got this from their YouTube channel, as well as a video you'll see later on in this video. But yeah, they have a couple of videos about Reloaded on their channel that, you know, I used here. So credits to them for these videos, because it really is like a time machine, and this is really like the only way to look at it, because these are the only videos I found on the matter. But here's the video of showcasing Cosmos's archetype armor. And then Momo, she has a was it Kirschwasser outfit? I don't remember what Kirschwasser is. I know that's related to this story, and I'll probably like interject here with some information on that. Okay, not sure how I forgot about this, but the Kirschwasser, or just Kirsch for short, is this white 99 series reality we see throughout the game. That's really it. There's not really any deeper meaning to it. I just had forgotten, but that's just the nickname for this white 99 series reality we see throughout the game. But it's really cool to see that these two outfits are here for Cosmos and Momo, and they're only here in this game. They're not in any other of the Xenosaga games, or you know, in the localized version of Xenosaga, just in Reloaded. And not only that, but this game also has a feature that the entire rest of the series doesn't have, which doesn't really make too much sense to me, but it's interesting to see. And this feature is actually like an event theater or a cutscene viewer. So once you have a completed save file, once you beat the game on one of your save files in Xenosaga Reloaded, you can unlock a cutscene viewer, so you can go back and watch all the cutscenes of the game once you've beaten it. And this is interesting because the original Japanese version didn't have this, and the localized version didn't have this. And as far as I remember, Xenosaga 2 or 3 didn't have like event theaters or cutscene viewers like the Xenoblade games have. So it's curious as to why they added it here in Reloaded. I mean, it's not that surprising that it's not in the original if they, you know, decided, oh, they wanted to add it in after, so they just threw it into Reloaded as a little extra treat. But why didn't they add it into Xenosaga 2 and even Xenosaga 3 if they're not in there already? That doesn't really make any sense. So this game is like very interesting. It's kind of weird in the whole grand scheme of the series. This is a very interesting game because this is the first time and only time there's been like a re-release with new added content. And speaking of Xenosaga 2, along with the cutscene viewer, this game, when shipped, it also came with an extra DVD for a trailer of Xenosaga episode 2. So if I can find any screenshots, I'll put that up here. But yeah, not only does this game come with, you know, the brand new outfits for Momo and Cosmos, as well as the cutscene viewer and English dub, it also came with a physical DVD for a trailer of Xenosaga 2. And I'm gonna see if I can find the trailer for that and put it in this video. If not, then you just won't see it. But if I can find, I'm gonna try to find the trailer and play it here. Okay, so as I was looking through YouTube and, you know, the internet or whatever for the trailer for Xenosaga 2, I came across this video of some footage actually showing the cutscene viewer for Xenosaga Reloaded. And this is huge because this is the only footage I've found of this game anywhere, with it being Japanese exclusive, of course, being released way back in 2003. Not many people are gonna, you know, be recording videos of this. So shout out to the homie True Archetype for showing this. You know, he uploaded this video to YouTube 5 fucking years ago. Holy shit. But this is the only video I've found of Reloaded so far. So I'm gonna just play that here for y'all so y'all can see that. It's actually really cool. So I don't know, I got extremely hyped when I saw that. Maybe it's just me, but that's the only footage of Xenosaga episode 1 Reloaded I could find literally anywhere. So it's kind of like a cool little time machine to go back and see what it looks like. I don't know if, you know, anyone has any actual like physical copies of Xenosaga Reloaded. Maybe someone watching this video has it and you can let me know, and then, you know, I can kind of like show it off in a video somehow. But yeah, that was the only video I found so far. But speaking of Xenosaga episode 1 Reloaded, there's actually an official website for it. You know, you can get there from Monolith Soft's official website. Under Monolith Soft's game tabs, they have, you know, all of the games they've worked on. And if you go to the PlayStation 2 tab, it'll show you all the PS2 games they've worked on. And so far, Xenosaga 3, Dirge of Cerberus, Namco Cross, Capcom, Xenosaga 2, Xenosaga Freaks, Xenosaga Episode 1 Reloaded, and Xenosaga 1. So the idea for this video came from this. Like, I went on to Monolith Soft's, you know, website to see if I could find any information, since, you know, Xenosaga has been like a big topic lately. I went to their website to see if anything's changed, and I went under the PS2 tab for their games because, you know, is curious to see what they had here other than Xenosaga. And I saw Xenosaga 1 Reloaded, and that's when I you know, dug deeper and found out about this game. I heard about it a long time ago, but then I had forgotten. But Xenosaga 1 Reloaded actually has its own official page, and it's pretty interesting. So I obviously translated it into English here, and we can see the official logo. It's similar to the original, except it has like a red undertone to it instead of a blue, and it has a big 1 right here, episode 1 Reloaded, with the caption down here, and the Zohar in the back is silver instead of gold. And the site reads, Xenosaga Episode 1, The Will to Power, was a big hit not only in Japan but also overseas. So this is the original Xenosaga 1. The Will to Power is the English translation to Der Wille zur Macht. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but that's German. But The Will to Power is like the English translation of it. Xenosaga Episode 1 Reloaded Will to Power is a title reconstructed for Japan based on the overseas version. Of course, with additional specs and bonus discs, it's more than just a port, and the bonus disc is the Xenosaga 2 trailer. Reloaded is recorded only in English. Naturally, since it is based on an overseas version, this English audio is quite fresh. And although no stories or events have been added, it is close to feeling of playing a new title. So yeah, none of the story stuff changed. Literally everything is exactly the same, except they just added, English voices, the 2 outfits for Cosmos and Momo, and the cutscene viewer. Speaking of the 2, oh no, we're not even there yet. I'm getting too excited. Moreover, perhaps because of the stalelessness of Xenosaga 2, or of Xenosaga, it sounds quite pleasant to the ears without any discomfort. Yes, it's like watching a foreign science fiction movie. And then now we get to the Cosmos and Momo part. First of all, please take a look at the screen. Cosmos and Momo fight in the unfamiliar costumes are original specifications only for Reloaded that do not exist even in the overseas version. That's good news for fans. It's really not, because only this version got it and none of the others. How can you get it? Enjoy playing. In addition, this Reloaded will also have an event memoir function that allows you to watch the event scene many times until you have cleared it. In Xenosaga, where events unfold just like the movies. It's a nice feature. In addition to the base game, Reloaded will include a bonus DVD video disc. This content is a video of Xenosaga Episode 2 Beyond Good and Evil. As a fan, it's great to get a glimpse of Episode 2 that you haven't seen yet. The screen is under development. Okay, but yeah, that's the website for it. It's pretty short. It's just a short little description of it. This is the most information I could find about the game. There's almost no information anywhere. The Xenosaga wiki, it just lists, the differences in a couple screenshots that I showed earlier. The Wikipedia, it doesn't really say anything except for what it is. It's like, Xenosaga Reloaded is a Japanese exclusive released during this day with these differences. Like, there's almost no information about this game anywhere, so it's kind of it's really a gem, actually. So it's really cool to kind of like scour the internet to find information for this game that almost nobody knows about, despite it being Xenosaga game. Not many Xenosaga fans know about this, and the only reason I even remembered, because I was fucking around on Monolith Soft's website, went to the PlayStation 2 tab to see other games, scrolling through, and I saw Reloaded. I was like, wait, what is this? And then I came to the page and I remembered, oh my god, this is great. Gotta make a video on this, because I'm not the only one who doesn't know about this. But yeah, that's really about it, because that's really all the information I could find on it. Was just that video that I showed you, which I'm still popping off about, and then the official site right here, and just a couple other websites who just listed the differences. I wish I could go more in depth about it and talk more about it, but there really is nothing else to talk about. I kind of went over everything. This was like a quiet release. This was forever ago. It never really got a re-release outside of that, so there's really no more information to talk about it, which is kind of sad. But I kind of want to like dig deeper and kind of find more like obscure Xenosaga and like Xenogears stuff and just cover that. I want to kind of spread out from Xenoblade and start covering Saga and Gears as well, and just cover Xeno as a whole. Now that I'm starting to get more into Gears and Saga, I want to start covering stuff on them. So you know, that I'm sure most of you aren't complaining. I'll still cover Xenoblade and whatever, but I want to start covering Saga and Gear stuff as well. But yeah, that's really about it. So as always, thanks for watching. Have a damn good day. Stay safe, be well, and play some goddamn Xenoblade.